When this movie was announced, I was so happy. A film that shows us what happened day one of the Quiet Place movies? That's amazing. That's something I really wanted to see. We already saw what the Abbott family went through during day one in A Quiet Place Part 2, so this movie must show us what happened in day one from Emmett's perspective, right? And we can even see what was going on with him when he saw John Krasinski's flame on the roof every night.
When you saw the flame, night after night, did you know it was him?
Yes.
This could be a fantastic way of connecting the Abbott family and Emmett's journey to A Quiet Place Part 2. This could be so awesome. Then admittedly, I was taken aback when I found that it would be based around two completely different characters that had nothing to do with the previous two films. And yeah, I actually lost interest when I heard about that. That was until I was told that Jimon Hansoon was going to be in the movie, which means that this film is kind of an origin as to how he started his safe land where the aliens couldn't reach. Or so he thought.
I have to get back to my family.
So I was open to the idea after that, and now that the movie is out, what did I think of it? Well, I really liked it. I don't think it was as good as the previous two films, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be either. The movie opens with Lupita Nyong'o's character who is going through cancer. Then the invasion happens, and I really liked the invasion. You can tell that they have been given more money than the last two films, but having said that, they are still clearly limited with their budget. But even so, I thought they utilized it very well. The tension was great, the death count is much bigger, and you are just biting your thumb hoping the characters don't make a single sound. Now, this movie does play fast and loose with its rules sometimes, but then there are other times where it doesn't play fast and loose at all, and the characters have to pay for making even the tiniest sound. So that kind of counteracted the times when this movie played fast and loose with the rules. Kinda. But the scares were really solid in this film. However, there was one dumb jump scare in the film to which I expected better. That's what dumb horror movies do, and I'm surprised they gave that the pass in a franchise with as much dignity as A Quiet Place. As for the characters, we have Lupita Nyong'o who plays Samira, and when the movie started, she had one heck of a temper. You understand that she has cancer and all, but even knowing that, I thought she still came across too mean and aggressive. That being said, as the film went on, she started to loosen up, and Lupita Nyong'o does a fantastic job acting with minimal or no dialogue. All the actors in this film do. My only complaint is that I think she has it too together at times, especially considering that this is all happening in one day. She is taking it far too well, and I wish the movie had her visibly scared and uneasy a lot more. And then we have Eric, played by Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things fame, and he's literally introduced like a lost puppy. It's a cheap trick, but it's a really effective one. Unlike Samira, he is actually reacting how someone would in this sudden apocalyptic situation. Although the first time we see him, he's making a lot of noise, and the aliens don't even show up. This is why I said I can kinda forgive the movie for playing fast and loose with the rules, because I mean, these are conscious choices that the director is making, and it felt like too many inconsistencies were happening. He also doesn't come in until after a big chunk of the film, and when the big set piece that has been advertised in the trailers start to happen, it felt like it was way too soon. It feels like these two should have grown much closer to each other before they go through a big action scene like this. That said though, this set piece was freaking amazing. By the end of the movie, or 3/4 in to be exact, I really liked their relationship and found it to be really sweet. But I do think that it needed to take off a little sooner than it did. But that one complaint aside, I thought the two made for a great duo. And that means a lot coming from me, because when I saw trailers for this film, I didn't really think much of these two. And even when I was watching the actual movie, I didn't think much of them. But as the film goes on, they really grow on you. Also, help me out here. It is possible that I looked away at this moment, but can one of you tell me where he got that pizza box from? Now there's one character we haven't talked about. That stupid cat. That cat gets the characters into so much trouble. It even runs away, and the characters follow it for some reason, and in doing so, the aliens show up and almost kill them and everyone else in the room. That cat is the worst character in this film, and I don't know why this movie is so dead set on putting it there. Having done all of that damage, however, it doesn't meow even once, which shows that it has some cartoon levels of intelligence, as it seems to know that these aliens use sound, so it conveniently stays quiet. It wouldn't surprise me if this cat is an alien itself. And let me tell you, I wanted to do to that cat what Kevin Bacon did to that dog in Hollow Man. One thing this movie does that the previous movies do is that it really makes you want to see these aliens die. And I hope that's what they try to focus on when and if we get A Quiet Place Part 3 down the line. But as is, I had a really fun time seeing A Quiet Place Day 1, and I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend that you watch it in theaters. I'm certainly glad that I did.